Hi folks, in this video I want to go over just a few opinions I have on what kind of character we should be looking for in these deals. Coming up. Hey, all right. I wanted to slap together a quick video tonight and just discuss this. You know, as we get closer to these deals, that I've read quite a few notes with you guys that that had kind of the same opinion on Laine, which I can't deny is true. Like this idea of getting a guy like that in a way defeats the purpose. Now, a lot of people might disagree with that on one side of it, saying, yeah, but the guy has potential. He could be a 50-goal man. Yes, he could be. But Laine, I found since he's come into the NHL, has always been about Laine, kind of like Jack. You know, I don't want to get another player in our system that's going to be the franchise guy, so to say, or the big shot that is all about self. And that worries me, you know. So I kept going with this in my head, and it's the more I because I feel the same way. I've always thought Laine has a chip on his shoulder, which sometimes is good if you're doing that against an opponent, but not against your own team and organization. That's different, right? Just saying. What I'd like to see, as crazy as this sounds, I'm willing to take less talent back if we get more character back. You know, this might sound a little weird, but especially for younger fans who might not get this, I would much prefer an old school mentality. This is why this Connor thing came up. And the shout out goes to Andrewsy for that. It was Andrew that threw that one at me a few days ago. See, I forgot Andrew. I just don't remember. You know, I go through so many notes. And it's a great idea to go after a guy that maybe has a less high-end talent than Jack, but more of a character, I believe, than Jack. I believe, because this guy, when he was given that, I know from friends out in Winnipeg, because I'm a big Blue Bombers fan, I kind of have a little inside scoop about the Jets, a little, and that he just basically took the contract. He's a really good kid. He just wants to play. That's it. You know, like he's old school, it seems like. Kind of like Cousins, he reminds me, from what I'm hearing, you know? And if we can get another 5 or 6 guys like Cousins, they don't have to be as good. No joke, guys. They could be second rounders. They could be guys that just are role players, depth players. If we can get more guys like that on the team, you know, we seen in 99, we seen in 98, we had a great goalie and we had a great leader, and just that alone almost won a Stanley Cup. So imagine if we have a good bunch of leaders on the team. I'd rather have a good, solid bunch of strong internal leadership than I would high-end talent. You know, like, of course, I'd like to have both, but if I had a choice, in a Game 7, I always trust the guy with the good attitude over the high-end talent 7 days a week. I do. I've always been that way. I've always believed that. I've seen it even when I played. The guys that have the attitude and they play all about themselves, I could give you 10 stories just in my own hockey days, you know, like just how stupid it is, some of it. But if we have that kind of thinking in our dressing room, it's going to infect the kids. But if we have they're looking at these guys that are 26, 27 when they come and they become a Buffalo Sabre through the draft, let's say in a few years, and they look at these guys, and these guys are not about self, they're about team. And if we can get that, that's hard to achieve, but if we can get that and be even slightly successful with that, that's the type of thing that one day could go deep in the playoffs. I believe that, I really do. I'm a big believer that character outweighs talent when it comes down to Stanley Cup playoffs. It does sometimes, you know? And this is why I want to see what's going to go down. And people say, well, look at what's going on with Tampa. Well, Tampa must have some good character players in that team. You know what I mean? They must. I don't know all these guys behind the scenes, but I can guarantee you, most likely a guy like Braden Point isn't hated by his teammates off ice. I'm willing to bet, you know what I mean? So I don't want to get those type of players in these deals that are about self. I want these guys to be about team and selfless. That's kind of what I'm hoping we achieve in these deals. I really am. Of course, I want to get some talent back, of course. But when it comes right down to it, I'm hoping that we achieve that first. And if we get just a bit of a lower tier of talent in the process, I'm good with it. I'm good with that because I trust that one day the selflessness of a team can be all about the team when the chance arises and potential Stanley Cup championships in front of their eyes one day. I'm just saying. Kind of how I feel. Just a few thoughts, guys. All right, I'm going to go back and I'm going to see what happens with the Habs here. As I was setting up, I heard the goal horn go off for Tampa, so I know it's at least 3-1 right now. All right, folks, that's it for tonight. I just wanted to throw a little video out there and let you know that your thoughts were heard. The Lanny thing is more than heard. Yeah, I could see why maybe Adams was like, about getting Lanny. Maybe he had his eye on something else, and we might have said, why did we take him if we could have got Lanny? Because Lanny might come to the Sabres and cause the same problems. You know what I mean? Really. Same thing with Tkachuk. Look what's happening with him in Calgary now. We don't want these type of guys. As much as I like Tkachuk, before, what I see and hear is happening right now with him wanting out, wanting to go play where his dad played in St. Louis and all this. Hey, come on. Those things shouldn't come out in the open as far as I'm concerned, That's why I like a kid like Connor. I mean, he's nowhere from Winnipeg where, and there he is just out there playing. He's happy, and I'm hoping this is what we address in the offseason. And then, yes, of course, talent also, But if my first thing I'm hoping is I hope Adams has his eye in on character players. That's what I'm hoping. Might remember a guy, named Mike Pekka that came to our team that we thought we were getting totally ripped off for McGillney, right? So, just saying. I know how it fell out with the management and everything eventually with Pekka, but just saying. All right, folks, that's it for tonight. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good night.